Hello, fellow FMers. In this presentation, I'm going to share with you on how to develop and implement a facility management system from a practitioner's perspective. The ISO 41001 FM system standard, like all other ISO management systems, is written in a way that tells you what needs to be done to conform to the requirement for ISO certification. In this short presentation, I will attempt to show you the how. I'm going to share with you a systematic approach which I hope can help you to visualize with the end in mind to adopt the ISO 41001 as a guide to enable FM to deliver competitive advantage to organization. My presentation is organized into 4 parts. First, we will revisit what is the mission of facilities management. Then I will show you the overview of the activities required in a facility management system. Next, I will show you how you can begin to develop the FM system using the 4-phase PDCA framework and the key pointers in each of the phases. Lastly, the outcomes. The outcomes serve as motivation for you to get started adopting the FM system. This is the definition of facility management as agreed by FM professionals from over 30 countries, explaining what it does and the expected outcome. So, as an organizational function, what is the core mission of facilities management? And what is a key reason for facilities management to exist? I suppose you agree with me that facilities management exists to facilitate business operations success. Nothing more, nothing less. FM is about facilitating the demand organization business operations success. And this should be the core belief of FM, the core factor impacting the outcome of FM performance. Don't you agree? Before we jump into the development of an FM system, it is important to visualize and feel what is expected in developing and implementing an FM system. I suppose you agree with me that all things, anything that is of value is produced by a process. And this illustration shows the process approach in facilities management to help you to visualize the relationship between the demand organization and the FM organization and their required activities in developing, implementing, and maintaining a FM system that is conforming to the ISO 41001 standard. This process will guide FM to adapt and evolve to meet the ever-changing demand organization's requirement for FM. The key is to fulfill FM's mission to facilitate the demand organization business operations success by managing the demand organization's non-core business activities to support its core business. Some of you may be wondering, what is demand organization and what is FM organization? A quick explanation for you. A demand organization is one that pays for the FM services, whereas the FM organization refer to either a function or external service providers or a combination of both. These terms are intended to be standardized for FM profession to be used globally. For the FM system to be effective, it is important to remember that FM mission is to facilitate business operation success. Let me introduce to you the stewardship strategy that we use for the development and implementation of an FM system. I understand that the standards clauses can be overwhelming, especially if you are new to ISO. I have experienced that too when I first got started. Okay, the stewardship strategy will show you what you need to do and be mindful from the perspective of an FM practitioner when implementing the plan, do, check, act. FM is entrusted by the demand organization to operate the facilities to meet the needs of the demand organization and its interests. In this plan phase, as a steward, we have to focus on what really matters to the demand organization business operations and to identify the critical facility services that support its business operation and continuity. Take for example, in a hospital environment, is it acceptable to have frequent lead breakdown? It may not be as critical in a shopping mall, but the need is different in a hospital, whereby the transport of patients are frequent, and sometimes it may be critical to their survival. So remember, the plan phase requires you to focus on the demand organization business operation and identify their facility services needs. All right, let's move on to the do phase. The practice of FM can be wide and varied. And in this do phase, FM needs to know the overview of all the activities, facility systems, and services entrusted to FM. And this phase provides an opportunity to demonstrate FM's expertise and its value. And that is to integrate the FM operations processes and resources. Having understood how the facility systems and services are interrelated and interconnected, the effectiveness and efficiency of FM deliverables and outcome lie in the capability and ability to coordinate with the interested parties. This do phase requires you to pay attention to, integrate, and coordinate. All right. The two keywords that I like you to pay attention to as a steward in check phase is achieve and calibrate. In this phase, you are to put in place monitoring, measurement, and control plans to ensure that the set performance targets, especially those facilities operations performance that are critical to business operations, are achieved. Do note that what we have to achieve must be what matters most to the demand organizations. So if the results deviate from the set performance targets, FM has to calibrate and take corrective actions to get those deviations back on track. All right, let's move on to the final phase, act. As a good steward, we should not be satisfied with just achieving the set performance targets. We need to proactively to identify potentials to enhance the FM performance. The act phase requires FM to continually improve the effectiveness of FM system. To demonstrate continual improvement, FM has to keep pace with organizational change, to initiate facility services improvement through increasing productivity, enhancing the workplace safety, health, security, and implementing innovation that adds value to organization. And that is to demonstrate FM proactiveness intentionally. The next keyword is prevent. It is the duty of the steward to protect the interests of the demand organization. Thus, we must also evaluate the FM system and have preventive measures in place against any disruption to the business operations. When an effective, sustainable FM management system is developed and implemented, you can expect to experience these 5 E's. The first E, engage interested parties. This is to build relationship intentionally, to establish stakeholder management strategy, to build rapport and trust and good working relationship with the interested parties. The second E, establish clear direction for FM performance. And that is important, as generally a team is more motivated and work better if each of the member is aware of the top management direction and their individual role in contributing towards the achievement of FM objective and its success. The third E, ensure compliance with legal requirements and conformance to standards. Need I say more about this? Let's move on. The fourth E, enable continual FM performance improvement. This is to build preventive measures to avoid or minimize facilities interruption, to anticipate potential risks and their threats, and to make proactive plans to prevent and respond to incidents, emergency, or disaster to avoid or minimize the business disruption. And we will also help our clients at the same time to build a canine culture, spelled C-A-N-I, a culture of constant and never-ending improvement intended to transform the organization into a culture of FM excellence. And the final E is to enhance resilience in supporting business continuity. For that, FM need to have these 3 plans, in my opinion, that is important to have in place. That is, first, the disaster avoidance. Second, business continuity. And thirdly, disaster recovery. So in this presentation, I hope you will remember to understand why FM exists, and you can establish and implement a sustainable FM system when you adopt a stewardship mindset. Follow the iterative 4 phases process and let the outcome, the 5 E's, be your motivation in developing and implementing the FM system. In conclusion, I'd like to impress upon you that FM should adopt the ISO 41001, a systematic guide to establish an FM system that enables sustainable high FM performance. Fellow FMers, together let's raise the recognition and respect for FM as a value-add function and business advantage to organization. Thank you.